In this section of the application, the employer is able to add and remove employees from the database. This is performed by two different scripts, the create droid script and the destroy droid script. If you'll remember, droid is simply a facetious term for an employee other than the manager. So looking in detail at first of all at our create droid script, the task that needs to fulfill is to add a new droid to the database and then to grant privileges to the new droid. To add the details to the employees table, we use a very simple insert statement. This adds information to the particular employee that we've just added to the database. Because the employees table contains in the title column a default value of droid, we don't, strictly speaking, have to add anything into the title column. For the sake of explicitness, however, we can add it in as droid if we wish. The next rather more complicated part of this script is to grant user privileges to the droid. This is done by a series of grant statements. Now let's break this down a little bit. String variable 3 is effectively the username that the employee is going to use to log on to MySQL, and this is created by the application and is simply a result of concatenating the first name with the surname of the employee. This is the employee's password, which they can either choose themselves or can be given to them by the boss. And these two variables stand in for the particular privilege level that we're going to grant the employee and the table on which we're going to grant that privilege. The two different kinds of privileges that we're going to work with are the all and select privileges, and this will be different for different tables. We want them to be able to add and update customers, the same for films and for copies. We want to be able to let them add new films, and we want to be able to let the films be associated with artists, so we need all privileges on those tables too. We only need select privileges for the droids on employees, genres and charges. We don't want them to be able to select how much the videos cost to hire. We don't want them to be able to change the structure of the genres table, and we don't want the employees to have any kind of access to their own data apart from the select access, which allows them to log on in the first place. So essentially the two lists of tables are split up depending on whether we grant them all privileges or only select privileges. So the way this works in the application is that we simply run a query like this several times so that we can be really specific about which privileges we're granting. We can use a series of different variables to feed in the all or select depending on which of these tables we're currently processing. We'll take a look at the way this works within the script itself in a moment. Let's first of all take a quick look at the destroy droid.php script. First thing we need to do is to get the username of the droid, then we need to remove the droid from the database, and then we need to revoke all that droid's privileges in terms of its status as a MySQL user. Then we need to get all the different droid IDs for a drop-down so that the manager can choose the droid that he wishes to destroy from a drop-down on the form. Of course, destroy droid is probably an over-dramatic way of putting it. All we're doing is we're firing an employee and we're removing all their information from the database.